stealing? What are you actually living for? As we came to this point in our conversation, something incredible happened to both of us simultaneously. It was as if our hearts had accidentally caught fire. "You've got to live for God," we cried. Something inside me broke open. All negativity, worry, and fear simply dropped away, and suddenly there was this light pouring through me. I was completely free, and I was on fire to live for God alone. But it didn't last. Within a few weeks, I was back to being the old me, except that I'd had this incredible experience, and I wanted more. That was the beginning of taking on traditional Jewish practices and learning in a more focused way. It was also the beginning of my relationship with Reb Zalman Schachter Shalomi, Zigrono Livracha, who became my long-term mentor and Rebbe from 1987 until he died in 2014. For years, I studied and practiced, but I didn't find my way back to the simplicity of that awakening I'd experienced until 1998, at which point my efforts had finally come to fruit. As Reb Zalman reflected to me, the key, I discovered, was the application of awareness to present moment experience. Nowadays, this is called mindfulness, presence, or wakefulness. It is from this understanding that I began to write and teach on Judaism, meditation, and consciousness in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2006. In 2016, I founded Torah for Awakening as an online community for spiritual transformation through Kabbalah-based teachings and practices. Kabbalah is a vast and complex ocean of knowledge and tradition. In this book, I have attempted to accomplish two things. First and foremost, I want to give you, the listener, a taste of the essence of Kabbalah as a path to inner freedom. This is the thread that runs through the whole book, and my hope is that you will not merely absorb the information in this book, but will be motivated to continue uncovering the eternal dimension of your own deepest being. Second, I want to give you a foundation of knowledge about the history, personalities, texts, and teachings of Kabbalah that will serve as a base from which you may continue your studies. As you move through this book, these two levels, the informational level and the experiential level, are woven together so that you don't spend too much time with the information without taking a dip into the experiential. I bless you that you should find what you seek in this book, both food for the mind and for the soul. Let's begin. Chapter 1. What is Kabbalah? In this chapter, you will get a taste of Kabbalah from three different angles. First, and most importantly, we'll look at the purpose and goal of Kabbalah and how it relates to Judaism. We'll also examine some of the misconceptions that exist about Kabbalah in today's popular spiritual culture. Second, we'll look at the key figures, both historical and legendary, who make up the pantheon of Kabbalistic personalities in the tradition. Third, we'll look at the key texts through which Kabbalah has evolved throughout history and seek to understand how they relate to one another. Before we jump in, it will be helpful to understand an essential feature of Kabbalah, as well as many other mystical traditions that fundamentally differs from ordinary non-mystical religion: the understanding of what is meant by God. In mainstream traditional Judaism, God is, for lack of a better term, a kind of supernatural being, the creator of the universe and lawgiver of the Jewish people. This is not quite so in Kabbalah. While conceptions of God differ somewhat in the many expressions of Kabbalah throughout history, there are certain Kabbalistic constants. First and foremost, God is the Ein Sof, without end, or infinite in Hebrew. As the infinite, there can be nothing outside of it. Therefore, it includes everything, and everything is part of God. This understanding is implied in the most central name of God in Hebrew,